Sounds like
We've got this email from a Richard Seed in South Africa, and
uh-huh.
let's just say his late mother's estate is a
Oh boy.
bit of a
Like a
legal
messy situation.
mess. Yeah,
Yeah.
there are allegations of financial misconduct,
Oh, wow.
delays, a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Richard's even been contacted by the state attorneys.
Oh, that's never good.
No, it's not.
All right, so what do we know?
Well, his email starts with this communication he got from the state attorneys in Johannesburg.
Cool.
They want to meet with him about case number 2023 074471.
2023-074471. Got it.
He also mentions the master of the high court in Johannesburg.
Right, so in South Africa, the master of the high court,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big deal when it comes to estates. They're the ones who oversee the whole administration process.
Right.
Making sure everything's done by the book.
And in this case, there's the added wrinkle of these allegations of criminal activity.
Exactly, and that can really complicate things.
Especially for someone trying to be the executor.
Absolutely.
And speaking of complications, Richard mentions his mom's estate.
Okay.
Case number 027-909-2013.
Got it.
It's been open for 10 years.
10 years? Wow,
No.
that's quite a long time for an estate to be unsettled.
Yeah, and that's not even the half of it.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah. Richard says he had no clue about these fraud allegations when he first filed his court application. We're talking title deed fraud, tax fraud,
Yeah.
identity fraud, even possible violations of the Estate Act.
And who's the alleged culprit here?
FNB Fiduciary Sandton.
FNB Fiduciary Sandton.
They're the first respondent in the case.
So how could these allegations have gone unnoticed for so long?
That's what I'm wondering, especially with the master of the high court involved.
And you know what else is interesting? If Richard really was in the dark about all of this,
Yeah.
could he still be held responsible somehow?
Right.
Legally? I mean...
This is where it gets really tricky.
Def-
Now, Richard says he's been asked to provide an affidavit with all the details of the alleged fraud.
An affidavit.
Yeah, and he sounds pretty stressed about it.
Well, yeah, an affidavit is basically a sworn statement.
Right.
It's a legal document where he's putting everything on record under oath.
So if there are any inconsistencies?
Exactly, or if it turns out he wasn't completely truthful.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he could face serious consequences.
And to make matters worse, he's even offered to meet with this Mr. Siaga KT face-to-face.
Interesting.
And he even mentions the possibility of jail time.
I mean, with allegations this serious,
I know.
if the investigation finds evidence of wrongdoing,
Right.
and Richard is somehow implicated,
Yeah.
there could be legal repercussions.
Now, so what do you think his next step should be?
Honestly, getting a good lawyer is crucial right now.
Okay.
Someone who can navigate this legal maze and make sure his rights are protected.
Because it sounds like he's in over his head.
Yeah, a bit.
So to recap, Richard Seed is dealing with his late mother's estate, which has been open for a decade.
Right, a whole decade.
And is now tangled up in these serious fraud allegations.
And this whole thing just raises so many questions, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About the South African legal system, the role of the master of the high court, and even the ethical implications of inheriting wealth that might have been acquired illegally.
It's a real ethical dilemma.
It is.
And it makes you wonder,
What's that?
what would you do if you were in Richard's shoes?
That's a tough one.
It is.
Especially if you found out that the money you stood to inherit was potentially the result of illegal activities.
That's a heavy thought to leave our listeners with.
It is, but it's something worth pondering.
Definitely food for thought.
Absolutely.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive for today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
from the Pretoria High Court, Deeds Court Report, 2024-105764.
Right.
And wow, this one is really something else.
It's a doozy.
It is a doozy.
Yeah.
Family disputes, accusations of fraud.
Oh, yeah.
Property messes, even an underground spring.
You got it all in this one.
Buckle up, everybody. This is going to be a wild ride.
It is.
So at the heart of this case is the estate of Anthony Hugh William Seed and his wife Annabelle Kathleen Seed.
Both deceased.
Right, both deceased.
And their sons are the applicants in this case.
You and your half-brother, Edward William Seed.
That's correct.
Trying to sort out what should rightfully be yours.
Exactly.
And you two are going up against a lot of people.
With
or 34 respondents.
34 respondents, that's a lot.
That's banks, like first